Councilmember Studley if she wanted to do that, because it actually went to the clerk's office with her as the sponsor for that resolution. So I know you're pulling it, but I would sponsor that as a suspended resolution, or Councilmember Studley could.
How was that done?
If it's your resolution, if your name's on it, you can withdraw it.
Yep.
But if there is a motion to suspend the rules, it could get reintroduced that way with the new sponsor. But you would have to vote to suspend the rules and then reintroduce it with the new sponsor.
So he can do what he was just talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I withdrew it.
Okay.
And Bob,
want-
can you withdraw number 14,
It's 14.
the W grant stuff?
I thought you were going to already count.
It was due
Do you want to do
Friday,
it?
Okay.
and
Doesn't matter to
we
me.
didn't have the
Either way.
resolutions from the previous meeting, so we couldn't.
Well, you were,
Okay, yeah.
First
so
one, so
You're
you
going to
can-
withdraw 14 at
Yes.
this point, because it can't be completed on time. Going to withdraw 14.
okay.
14.
So if there's a motion to suspend the rules, you have to state the reason for the suspension, just what you said.
So do we have to wait until we get to that one, or? in the
I would wait till the end when we have another suspension item.
Okay,
So it would be withdrawn, pass it, get to the suspension section of the agenda,
okay.
and then make a motion to suspend the rules for the reason you stated, and then indicate that you'd like to reintroduce that resolution with, or whoever, with the new sponsor.
Okay.
That's how I think it should go.
It's being done for a reason, so I'm going to ask for attorney-client meeting in the back here so I can explain the reasoning for pulling number 36. So we're going to do that first thing.
Okay.
All right, let's go back and do it so we don't waste time. Can I have a motion to go into executive session?
Motion.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. On the roll?
Councilmember Burkhardt. Sorry, Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley. Yes. Supervisor Leary.
Yes. We'll be back.
We'll get you on this.
This one here. Environmental statement. Went out to me. What? That's fine. Hey, Chief. It's like a half hour difference. Such a nice, easier. All right. Who owns the property to the east of this thing? Laurel's. It's right there. 50 square yards. Yeah, 50 square yards and that's all. What is that? I'll bring it up. Decide to- No, it's got a tentative start date this Saturday. June 7th. Can't get out. I get the gist. living with you? Everybody living with you? No. That's not being bad, you're only working bad. Already. Regulation. Shape. Yeah, bricks. Yeah. Right, assuming they're submitting for amendment. Yeah, we can get that permit, God bless you, but yes, that's what you can do to it. No, I'm saying, yeah, that's about the only thing you can use it for. Nothing, yeah, public works. You have a big private lake, that is private, you wouldn't use it. It's nice. Good. Yeah.
We go back.
We probably have to announce it. But
Yeah, announce it.
why we're going in.
And then we're pulling resolution 14 because the deadline is passed,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Okay.
So we will be pulling
14.
36 to
36.
Is what?
Okay, 36
Yeah.
and 14. Okay, very good.
Okay, so no official actions were taken during the executive session.
Can I have a motion to go back into regular work session?
So moved.
Second?
second.
And on the roll?
Councilmember Anacola,
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder,
Yes.
Councilmember Selby,
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. What we're going to do, folks, is we're going to wait a couple minutes, start the regular meeting, then we're going to continue with our work session for however long it takes for the people to come in here, who are going to be doing some presentations. I don't want to cut them off for the evening. And then we'll go into the regular meeting. So we got about, 2 minutes. Check the official world time. 2 minutes. And then I will put my cell phone away. Okay.
Yeah, you can take a picture.
As long as 30 seconds,
That's
that's
all.
all.
Wiggly.
Only 5 seconds left.
I got 4 seconds. Eastern Daylight Time. Boom. There we go. Okay. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Town Board meeting for August 3rd, 2026. Can we get the roll call, please?
Councilmember Anacola.
Here.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Here.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Here.
Councilmember Studley.
Here.
Supervisor Leary.
Here. Please stand this evening. We'll do the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by I'll be doing the invocation. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing. A lot of you may or may not know that my wife was the lucky recipient of a kidney that she badly needed. Very, very happy time in my household. At this time, I'd like to say a prayer of gratitude. Heavenly Father, we thank you for the selfless hearts of those who give the gift of life through their medical donations. Bless them with health, joy, and peace. May their generosity ripple through the lives they touch, bringing hope where there was a despair and healing where there was pain. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Okay. And anybody who's interested in becoming a donor, I picked up a form for the Department of Motor Vehicles and getting designated on their driver's license as to how to do it. It is on the computer if you want to do it that way. Anybody interested in the crowd here tonight, I do have some forms, and it tells you how you can go about doing that. Okay. All right, so we're going to continue with our work. Well, first I'm going to say what's going on up here. You got the agenda from Carolyn. Okay. No, the agenda from Carolyn.
Oh, no, I don't have that.
I swear I had it here somewhere. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. For the regular meeting, we have 30, what are we down to? 35 pre-filed resolutions, 1 suspended resolution, no public hearings, no executive sessions, and we close in memory tonight of Gary S. Howell, former library trustee, John Sweet, Cynthia Getz, and Brian Wadswell. Now we're going to move on. We're going to continue basically our working portion of the town board meetings. We have 2 presenters tonight. Do we have a Ryan Abruzzo from Marathon Engineering? You want to come up? And if you don't mind, come up here to the podium and you explain to us what you want to do.
Ryan Abruzzo from Marathon Engineering, here representing SNL. They build culverts. This is actually the first culverts that we're going to be putting in New York State, hopefully, if everything goes well. So it's kind of a test to see how this goes.
I'm sorry, the first what you're going to be putting in?
Culver's Restaurant. They're big in the Midwest.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
It's
thank
told cheese curds. I know they have a butter burger on their menu that sounds like a heart attack, but delicious. The site is 1.8 acres. We're doing a 4,300 square foot restaurant in the middle. We're going to keep the same driveway from the existing Rite Aid, right on the corner of Transit and William Street. It's going to be the same general layout. We're going to be reducing our impervious cover by a little bit here. You can kind of see the background of the existing building. That's all going to be torn down. We'll have a little bit more grass here. We've been working with Matt at Codes. We're going to be rebuilding the pond, a stormwater pond at the bottom, rebuilding that to the previous approved design, which we're going to be working on this week when he sends me the updated stuff. Right now we have 13 in the stack from the window to the end of where they can stack up here. And this was the best we could come up with to keep people away from any of these major roads. This one here is county, and then transit is obviously DOT. And then after the pickup window, we have 10 order waiting. They'll have runners to run out their orders to them. 56 parking spots, which is right at their, we were working with Matt, that's what the codes require. I was able to squeeze a bunch of them in.
What's there right now?
Right Aid.
Right in, okay.
Yeah.
So Matt, since DOT in Erie County, we have no say in no left turn onto Transit and no left turn onto William, correct?
Honestly, I'd wait until the site plan review comments come back from both of those agencies.
Okay.
We have also reached out to both of them already to try and get some concept review. The county has come back to us with they want a full traffic impact study done. Fine. DOT is being DOT. But we'll get back to them. They want seeker to begin before we even take a look at the project. So we'll plan.
Okay.
With them.
Any additional curb cuts in there, or you're just going to utilize the ones
We're
that are
going
already
to
there?
utilize the existing ones, but they will be, this guy here especially is going to be widened out a little bit. The client wants to be able to get a WB67 trailer in, or at least have the ability to. Not saying that's what their delivery truck is going to be, but they want to have that available. So this will be just widened out a hair. I'm not sure the distance off the top of my head, but and same with, I think this barely gets wired at the end.
Okay. That's also up to New York State, correct? Sure. Okay.
Since this is the original concept, I've got a landscaping plan already together and signage and lighting put together. I do have, if you guys are interested, I do have floor plans, elevations, and I have photos of an existing one, just so you have something in your mind, what we're kind of thinking.
Yeah.
I hope I printed out 9, but I think.
Here, I should pass that down. Thank you.
Do you know how many restaurants they currently have open? I know you said Midwest, but like a lot?
Quite a few.
Okay.
Excess of 30.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I do have a floor layout and elevations if anybody's interested in that as well. Right now they have 26 tables and 86 seating capacity, which is probably what you guys would be interested in. Anybody want to go?
We will all get that eventually.
Yeah.
We will.
I just don't want to overload people with
Yeah.
paperwork.
Each get a
Yeah,
packet.
I will definitely be sending it to everyone.
Anything else? Board? Matt? Ed? No? Thank you very much. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
Thank you guys. Just so that I know what,
You go through with the normal procedure right now. The reason we have these is to introduce the project to the board, so it doesn't come as a surprise 3 or 4 months into it, exactly what was going to be going on there.
Right.
So yeah, it's just follow the normal procedure.
you know,
with-
go
with
planning
Matt.
board? Okay.
Yeah,
I'll
and the
work
planning
on
board.
it.
I don't know when they'd have you scheduled for that. You could talk to Cindy about that, when you'd be scheduled for that. Okay? Okay, thank you. Oops.
31.
Okay. Next up is Tim Wasaki. You got anything for the TV presentation wise?
Oh, yeah, this is us.
That's you, okay.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a quick switch, I'm sorry. Okay.
Yes, so I'm Tim Wysocki. Pleasure to meet you. Thank you for having me here today. This is my first board meeting, so I'm Slack. But I am here proposing a automotive recycling and e-commerce business at 1230 Town Line Road. And basically the best way to summarize it is it's a legal chop shop. So we are planning to be very lean, clean, and organized. The whole idea is to have a process which minimizes on-site inventory, keeps things very low cost and easy to manage. So basically the basic business is we buy end-of-life vehicles, get them in, dismantle them properly, clean, organize, and catalog our inventory, post it online for sale, and then we take the remaining shell to an authorized scrap metal facility to be recycled. So as you can see, here's our layout. The queue is very small, 3-4 vehicles, and then the vehicle actually dismantling would take place inside the existing structure, and then the parts are organized. Most will be stored in the shed or offsite at another location, and then obviously a scrap dumpster for items that can't be resold. If it's a damaged sheet metal or something like that, and something that's you can take off the vehicle, and then that would be adjacent to a small strip outdoor storage. This would just be miscellaneous materials that we would need to keep outside, which is going to be minimal, obviously, with Buffalo not being the greatest outdoor storage area. We want to keep that to a minimum, but there are some bulk parts and stuff that we'd have to keep up there. All fluids and everything like that would stay inside the building in approved containers, and that way everything is kind of minimized. You would drive past this place and not even know what it is. We have no retail storefront. There will be minimal to no traffic. It will be all an online presence, but obviously still anchored here in Lancaster.
Okay, so you're going to get old cars, you're going to take the parts out of them and put them up for sale?
Exactly.
Generally the idea.
Yep.
Your cars that are going to be there, how many do you expect to have there at one time?
3.
3 or 4?
Yep.
Okay, so it's not going to end up looking like a junkyard with cars on
Not
top
a
of
junkyard,
cars.
not a graveyard. No, actually, this is one of the main reasons I'm doing this business. I really don't like how current junkyards are handled. You go walk through them and there's bumpers and oil and plastic laying all over. And I just think we could do better.
Okay. Is there any limit on how many cars you can have in a situation like that? Or
Not necessarily. Again, these are permitted in the district. It's not quite a salvage yard, but a manufacturing facility for dismantling and sale of parts, OEM parts.
Okay. Any other questions from the board?
I wish I had the expertise to do it. Sounds interesting.
You can't use your driveway to do it though, right?
No, not recommended.
Okay. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Very time.
Okay, we're going to go around to the different department heads now, and we're going to start up front here. Matt, why don't you lead us off?
Sure, thank you. Well, it's very active this time of year, as you can see by the permit numbers in the last 2 meeting cycles. We are at maximum capacity, and first and foremost, I want to commend our staff. They show up every day. They give 110% without complaint. They get it done. We should all be very proud of those guys because they're doing a lot more than they really should be. So, segueing off, I've been purposefully having collaborative efforts with other departments, and I want to thank them as well, especially our Parks and Recreation Department for assisting us in cleaning up a lot of the utility poles throughout the town with the illegal signage scattered at most of the major intersections. It looks a lot better, but this is a never-ending job. You take the signs out, they go up the next weekend. Same with our Highway Department, working together with addressing stormwater issues. Investigating the town-owned facilities, making sure that they're operating appropriately, even to the assessor's office where, we're looking for appropriate tax parcel numbers, mergers, splits, things of that nature, always responsive and getting the right information out. So I really appreciate that collaborative effort. We do a lot better when we work as a team as opposed to individually siloed out. And as always, I'm always available at your beckoning call should there be any concerns or questions related to any residential matters or commercial matters. And we just do our best to service everybody at the time that they need service.
Okay, what can you tell us about Graceway at this point?
Well, we did do the internal inspection. Notice of violations were sent out. I did a follow-up inspection at the end of last week. Of course, there was no real progress being made, but I'm going to follow that enforcement action precisely as the state prescribes. And we should have a definitive action by the end of the month here. August 21st is a comply-by date for all the internal property maintenance issues. And we'll see where it turns out. I don't know. I'm hoping for a miracle, but the realities are just that. Just know that this is not the only property in town. Just late last week, we had an almost identical situation in an apartment complex. We have several other properties scattered throughout both the town and the village. Again, very similar conditions. It's difficult to get inside these buildings unless there's an emergency response, and we're called in to take an assessment of the building itself. But telltale signs are the exterior of the property. My earlier comments to one of our residents on Pleasant View Drive, we've taken the court actions with that scenario. This is the second year in a row, and I can't see anywhere in the world where it's appropriate to have a lawn with 4-foot tall grass. Just not. I just don't understand that at all. Those regulations were granted to municipalities by the governed to regulate and administer and enforce, and I fully expect that both at our level of government as well as the judicial branch of the government. So,
Okay, so when will we know on that one? Because again, that's new emails coming in.
one more time, I mean, we've blown off 2 arraignment dates, June and July, and now we're at August 20.
Okay. So at what point can the town go in there and just mow the lawn?
Well, I mean, we can go through taking actions of the Supreme Court. We have to file that motion. We have to present it to a judge. He's got a rule, and then we could take that action.
Okay, and where does that stand with the judge? When are we
Right
going
now,
before
I
the
mean,
judge?
we're at the, we're still trying to arraign the court's hands at this point, but, we can work together with the attorney's office to file a motion at Supreme Court and get some additional assistance through the judicial branch.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Ed, what do you got?
Well, I'll pick up on Graceway just because that's where we ended. Right now, the tentative start is this Saturday. Crews will be out there with the dumpsters and clean up the bulk of what's around outside. And then their plan is to come back in that following week to deal with the infrastructure, which will be the sewer, the storm sewer connections. The reason they want to do it on Saturday is that the contractor just has more crew available. Get it done and get it out. So I did reach out to the chief today asking for police presence when they're out there, at least to start. I don't know if they'll need to be there all day. We'll figure that out when we start. So that's scheduled. Warner Road, construction's ongoing. I went out last week after I got back from vacation, and I noticed, I think all the trees are down. You were taken down, so that's much cleaner. Let's see. Opera House, the stairs are being awarded tonight. Westwood, contractor reached out. I had him touch base with Carmen on some scheduling, so they're going to start mobilizing this coming week. Oh, they were out there today? They weren't sure of the weather. Okay, so they're starting to mobilize equipment and then tearing up the old carpet and start moving forward. Westwood splash pad, that's just holding up.
Grant administration.
State contract. And the other thing, on my report that came up this afternoon, we have another water leak at Pavement Road, 525 Pavement. Another water line break, but it's between OEM and the Park and Rec building. I went out there before I came here. Waiting to hear back from a contractor, see if they can get in there and take care of it. That's all I know right now. I hear from the contractor, he was on schedule. It didn't seem to affect the water in Parks building. And I asked Ron, he had water in his building, so it's not affecting water supply, which is fine, which is good. But there is a leak coming up through the pavement. So we'll deal with that tomorrow.
Okay.
That's it.
Thank you. Chief? Oh, you want to do the highway?
I can do that.
Okay, go ahead. No.
Oh, you want me to?
Go ahead.
Okay.
Sorry.
So when I say I, it means Pilato. He wrote it with I. Over the past few weeks, the Highway Department has been cleaning drainage inlets along the streets we recently paved and adding topsoil to damaged right-of-way areas. We have also been connecting bubblers to curb drains, using the remote mower daily, and weed whacking around bridges and guardrails. Since we are not currently paving, we will have had time to work with Matt Ficione on several drainage concerns. We use the camera to inspect various locations throughout the town and identify issues and possible remedies. Last week, I walked Glendale Parkdale again and marked the trees scheduled for removal. I have had several conversations with Carmen and his forestry department regarding the tree removal and pruning on this street. We can save the money and keep the job in-house and have the forestry department start the pruning and small takedowns. And if they can't finish the large trees, my department would step in and finish the removal. If not, I have no issue subbing this job out to Maze Tree Service, which is on county bid. This will free up my department to tackle some drainage issues within the town. Our next round of milling and paving is ready to start on August 17th. Those streets will be Glendale, Parkdale, Kelly Ann, Newberry, and Broadmoor Court.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Chief?
I do not have a traditional dog control report for tonight from last month's dog control. What I do have is from them that they had a very successful community event this weekend. I believe you were there.
Yes.
Got to see our new 10-foot.
It's awesome. And the public outreach from the DCO and the police department is phenomenal.
I know they've been very busy and active. I know through some of the situations that Matt spoke of with the housing, they've been, taking in more dogs as a result. We have been working very closely with building department on some of these, we call them zombie homes, if you will, throughout the town, make notification to that department so that their guys can get out there and, take proper enforcement action while our people are there and maintaining their position on the homes. Some of this information I intended to bring at the last board meeting, but here we are. So Officer Owen has been transitioned full-time out of the patrol unit into full-time commercial and traffic enforcement. He's the first that I'm aware of in the department to do that. And his job is going to be full-time traffic enforcement along with the commercial piece of it embedded in it. So he'll be able to maintain safe road conditions when it relates to state, local, and federal commercial vehicle safety regulations. And our school resource officers, along with other officers that are on training staff in the department, recently participated in the Lancaster Police Junior Police Academy in a collaboration with the Lancaster Central School District. 28 students completed the program, and they learned about various duties and specialized teams within the police department, and had a great time doing it, from what I understand. We did get some, I think we started out the program with 30-some individuals, and they anticipate this possibly growing larger even next year. So looking forward to see what the department has to offer. Any questions?
Thank you. Thank you.
I just have a comment, Chief, and I apologize to you and the entire department for not listing you first in all the other town departments for the collaborative efforts. And they definitely working together to achieve what the objectives are. It's important. Big, and, we'll be. I'll provide a report to the Public Safety Committee to just identify those problem properties with the help of law enforcement.
Yeah, we
But
are
thank you.
trying to stay on top of that and coordinate with the building department to make sure that they're at least on the radar, so that they know when we see a problem. And if it's not an issue, it's not an issue. But if it is an issue, we want to get things started so we don't fall down the same path as has been done.
And just so that two of you know, Erie County Health Department that was out with us at Graceway, they had nothing but compliments for what happened. The response there, they don't usually get that much of the town involved in a response like that. So they were very, very pleased as to how it was handled. So good job. Thank you. John Trojanowski.
Good evening. I want to start by thanking you for authorizing the agreement with Damon University. We will be accepting 4 college interns in the social work department who will be working as mentors with elementary students in Lancaster. We will also be accepting 1 University of Buffalo social work student too. So all 5 interns will be working as mentors during this coming school year. We're starting to wrap up our summer programs. They've gone well. Tomorrow morning, we have 12 students who are elementary middle school students who will be spending the day at the police department. Next Thursday afternoon, we have a group of students who will be spending the day at the Twin District Fire Department, learning about being either a police officer or a fireman. So we're happy that we can offer those programs for young people. Our summer theater workshop just did Newsies with elementary middle school students, 100 students, did 4 performances 2 weeks ago, and that went extremely well. Our teens are doing the production of Chicago this Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Channel 4 came, they're doing a story. There were snippets at 4:30 and 5:30 this afternoon, and there is if you go on the Channel 4 website, there is, I understand, it's like a half-hour program about our summer theater program, which is wonderful. We appreciate that wonderful exposure we're getting about a program that has been in existence for 47 years.
Very good.
Also, I appreciate you authorizing the agreements with our collaboration between the Lancaster schools and the town of Lancaster, the social work services that are provided along with the Family Support Center coordination. We're getting ready to collect items for our school supply closet distribution, which will be taking place in the next few weeks.
Okay, thank you very much. Ron?
Good evening.
Evening.
Everyone. Good. LVAC, things are going well. We had a brief meeting with them. It's been a year since we signed the contract, so we met with them just to review. Things are going well there. They brought up an idea. They're working with another agency to possibly enhance the response. They didn't really have a whole lot of information on it, so they were going back to put together, a package to give it to us to review and see if it's how beneficial it is for the town. I know it'll be beneficial for them. Just want to make sure that it meets the contract and is beneficial for us. And Matt, I will continue to work with the fire departments that if they get to an incident or they get to a scene that that they think you should be there, that they're going to have to maintain that scene and then notify your department. Just come out. That's it. Thank you.
Thank you. Carmen? Is there anybody else back? The sun there's nobody else back there, right? Okay. Cindy. Grab you in a minute, Cindy.
Just so you guys know, the water leak, these are the pictures of it that I looked at. Health department came to the pool, we passed.
Good.
They're not going to come back the rest of this year. We got 2 resolutions for the pool cover and the ramp, which is grant money to pay for that. Our department did new landscaping this year. I don't know if you guys noticed the library. We did the front of highway, we did a section of police, a little area here at Town Hall, and Walden Ponds in front of the Ponytail building that we own the property, and it kind of was all overgrown. The garage at Walden Ponds, the band shell village will be out tomorrow to give us a hand to get it all ready. We're going to be pouring concrete within the next couple days. So that's on our list.
Just one question on that.
Yes.
Why wasn't that pad poured with the rest of the concrete? Because those forms could have been put into the concrete on top. So if we're going to put concrete around it, is there anything protecting those forms? I'm just asking because with our weather.
You talking about inside the pole barn?
It's inside the pole barn. We're
Inside,
going
so
inside the
everything's
wall.
going to be inside.
It's inside.
Yeah, the forms are basically the walls.
The walls of it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's going to be like, I think that much in between the bleachers and the garage of stone for drainage and that.
Do we have a completion date for that?
I've not reached back out. Parco was kind of on hold to get the stairs done until the floor was done, so
Okay.
once I know the floor is done, then we can figure it out.
Finish upstairs, put
Yeah.
the stairs in? Okay. Looks good.
Our parks, we've been every weekend tournaments. If it's not one park, it's the other park, or it's both parks. Nothing but compliments on our parks. They're very happy. Now football's starting, softball's ending, football's starting. So now Walden Ponds is going to be filled with football. An idea we're thinking about trying to do is behind the scoreboard. We have property there, of maybe making it like a milling parking lot and have an entrance come in that way eventually, because we don't have enough parking there. I mean, we never had enough parking there, and that might help us. It's be a cheaper way. I did talk with John Pilato. He said we can use this machine to take some of the trees out. Just got to talk to Ed to make sure we can before we go in there.
It's a check
And then
wetland.
make sure we can see what we can do over there.
Didn't Buffalo News email, who sent you that on the?
Buffalo News sent us an email that our bike path, the Heritage Trail, is in the top 5 of trails that people want to ride. That's good. Hopefully we can get it connected to Westwood Park. Youth Bureau, we got the bathroom petitions because those are all rotted out. They'll be coming in this week. Wednesday, we helped Matt with some signs on telephone poles. The carpeting in the court is going to be starting probably about 2 weeks. We got it all scheduled when there's some time off in the courts there so we can get them in. Our forestry department, we probably cut down over 200 trees this year of ash trees. Warner Avenue is just, those trees were ash trees. Pilato and I talked about it before. We were going to put ball and burlap in, we were going to take them down. Neighborhood thought we were the ones that cut around the telephone pole, the lines. That wasn't us. That was from NICEAG. We didn't have anything to do with that. Our department, we have a forestry clerk. Everything goes through her. We always, I've been there over 30 years, always had a forestry clerk. She gets everything. She puts it in her computer. That's how we get Tree City, we get the tree grants, and we get everything. I don't know what's changing, why our department's not getting emailed or being involved in these meetings. We just ask if we could be included because it'll help us out so we get the stuff going. I'll leave that at that. And then Parkdale, Glendale. We looked at the trees. We were thinking about doing them. Our bucket truck only goes 50 feet up in the air. These trees are 60, 70 feet high. These trees have electric power going through these trees. We can't cut. We don't have the proper equipment. Our bucket truck isn't like NICEAG's where if you touch the power line, it deactivates, however NICEAG. Our truck, we're not supposed to go near power lines with it. Normally we would call NICEAG to get them below. So John got a quote from Maze Tree State Bid. That time it came in to $69,000. I just had Clyde on a job. We had 3 trees that had poison oak all over them, and I asked him about this job of trying to get the cost down. And I go, listen, if we assisted, can we get this price down? He came in at $30,000, more than half of what we got the quote for to do the exact same job. We got quoted for $69,000. We're still going to be taking the brush away. I do have pictures here of the trees, showing you the power lines going through them. And you can see I got a person here, and that tree's slated to come down. Person's 5'5".
Oh, come on. That person's me.
5'6".
5'11" and a half.
So, I mean, you can tell how high these trees are. And we have literally electric lines. For safety, I think it's better that we go and with that suspend the resolution. It's obviously up to you guys. I think it's a safety hazard. We don't even have the proper ropes and everything else to get these trees down. And I don't know if you guys been in Parkdale, Glendale, but these trees are not small. You can miss them around. And I think that's about it.
Carmen, if you could stick around for a minute. The last meeting that we had, a resident by the name of David Reno was at the dais and asked me to investigate the tree situation on Warner Avenue, or Warner Road. And then the next morning I received a text from his grandson, Tyler Soika, asking for an investigation also. So I looked into the Warner Road tree situation, and I have to preempt by saying government works well when there is policy in place, communication, and follow-up paperwork. I do know that the Highway Department provides you with a list of streets that they're paving for you to take care of. Since you're overseeing the Forestry Department in your department, that list was texted to you, a handwritten list was texted to you back in January, and Warner Road was not on that list. But by the time Warner Road was slated to be done, apparently there was a meeting on Warner Road by the highway superintendent who holds the forestry stipend, the town engineer,
For the chemicals.
and the contractor, right, and decided that the contractor would remove the, trim the tree limbs so that their milling equipment could get through, kind of thing. So you were not aware of that meeting. There was no emails or communication to you, to the supervisor, to the chair of the committee. There was some emails floating around that the situation was approved, but again, the supervisor, the department head, and myself weren't carbon copied on those emails. So it happened, it was a massacre, and it was absolutely terrible. So thank you to the Parks and Recreation Department for going back through there and cleaning up the tree situation for their neighborhood. I feel bad for those residents. It was actually a terrible, terrible situation. But that's how it came about. And that information was foiled shortly thereafter, so I know the people who foiled that information found the same information that I just spoke about in my report.
We can just the cameras, they only can see you two. They can't see the rest of us, I guess. Online?
Oh, we gotta switch the one.
No.
Cindy?
I think it switches.
Just so that we
I don't
can, I mean,
you.
I'm talking,
Yeah.
highway, rec, everything. Because this is, the Glendale Parkdale has been out in discussions for at least 2 weeks. We shouldn't be getting a suspended resolution on Friday and at least let the board know that you are looking to, to maybe spend 30 grand because we're getting it on Friday late on, what's going on. I know because it was going back and forth.
Well, I was talking with John, and that we were talking about it, and he was all for it, and then he wasn't sure, and then I talked to Tom talked to John, I thought they talked to you, because I told John to talk to you, so John was supposed to be talking to you about it.
Yeah, we had talked, but it was more of, he didn't know
I mean,
if
John
they were going to do,
should have known going
somebody-
through there, our bucket truck's not gonna reach the top of these trees. I mean, these trees are massive. And it's safety. I mean, we wanna go with them to do it, I have no problem. If someone gets hurt, I'm just letting you guys know, it's not,
Yeah, I have no issue. Like, I spoke to you, I spoke to John. That's my one issue. I've been here for 7 months now. That's one thing I've noticed, actually, from top to bottom, that's a little frustrating to me. It's just, I don't like getting things on Friday, and it goes from top to bottom. The communication seems poor overall and starts all the way at the top. Certain information is given, certain information isn't. Some things are kept close to the chest. It makes it very difficult to make decisions. That's the one thing in the future. You and John have to work together on these roads. I don't like getting things on Friday that have been going on for a while because it puts things, it's got to be a collaborative effort. You guys need to get out there together. Bucket truck doesn't reach, this doesn't work. I know tree cutting is very technical, a lot of rope work, especially around power lines, not anything we want to mess with, but if we're going to spend that amount of money, I personally would like to get the information sooner than get it on a Friday afternoon when the board meeting's on Monday. So information overall, and that goes board, supervisor, top to the bottom. My personal opinion is it needs to flow a little better. You get little pieces of the equation, and you got to try to solve it with missing variables. It can be very frustrating, but I understand the safety aspect. This is something I think that we'll have to do because there is drainage and a number of other things. But going forward, I think working together with each other and trying to get a schedule where we have dates. This is being paved this day. We need the trees cut by this day. getting something on the books rather than a handwritten note sent over also is ineffective. We know what is in phase one, get dates on the books, get dates you want trees cut by, and get a plan in place overall, so we can avoid spending money.
And trees, we have, I mean, Judy and our clerk for trees, she crosses the T's, dots the I's because she wants that Tree City award every year. I mean, she does an awesome job, and when anyone calls her, I mean, we get 30, I think last month we got 30 calls because of the storm. You know, she puts it all on the computer, prints out the sheet, our guys take the sheets, they go out, they come back, they fill out what they did, she enters it in the computer, gets rid of the sheet because it's in the computer, so that we can keep track of, you know, we got the GPS on the trees, or we the tree count, so we know how many trees are in the, you know.
Yeah, we know
town.
you guys are busy with a variety of things.
And
A lot of
prioritizing
Right.
too.
We
You know,
did,
what needs
well,
to be milled and paved.
Interdepartmental
These trees
communication
can
needs
wait,
to be much
you know,
better.
until
well,
a certain
the
time.
issue we had is with Newberry, there was 100 and some trees there that needed to be cut down. We were getting nothing but complaints all the time on the trees, and if we go do one tree because it's unsafe, you have 4 neighbors out there chasing you down, wanting their trees down. These trees been like this for over 5 years. These people have been waiting for. On that street, there's, well, Warner looked like that too for how many years, but nice at going through and butchering them. A lot of them. We are just trying to play catch up from the past. And that's how we're getting there. We're getting close. It's just, you know, when we get them storms and windstorms, it throws us back because then we get 30 calls.
Prioritize certain things. I just think, like we just said,
This
interdepartmental
issue was a little
communication-
different. I wasn't planning on, you know, but I had to call, I called them in for poison oak on trees, and I just threw it out to him. I didn't think he was gonna come back and say, okay, we'll do it for half price, or more than half price. When he said that, I'm like, get it to me in writing. And that's what we got. That was the only reason it became last minute, and it was kind of hard because Jennifer was on vacation in the attorney's office.
Yeah,
Clerk. So it's kind of everything. I wasn't planning on going with this.
And busy, I'm just saying, in the future, like you just said, that could be very simply resolved. A long time ago, you knew that was being paved. You could take John over. Our bucket truck doesn't reach that. The end. We don't even have to go back and forth. We don't have the equipment to do it. We're gonna have to outsource it.
So I agree with you 110%. So the communication has not been there. So that's why I put out the new committees with some recommendations that we got to share the information from one committee to the other.
And hopefully that makes things.
Yeah,
better,
right,
'cause it has
exactly.
to.
Because the trees, I mean, what we're going to be paving should probably come out January, February, so, which is a slow season past the plowing of the snow, before the parks open up, with a plan of attack as to what streets are going to be done this year, and therefore, they can get out there and cut what they can cut with their truck before we get to this point where the parks are open, everything's going, 100%.
Yeah.
Highways out there, they're paving, everything's going 100%. So let's get that coordination done before we get to that point in the year. And hopefully it'll work out a lot better in the future.
I mean, our guys like to prune in November, December, before the snow comes. We start slowing down, everything's staked for snow removal, we do some interior work, but they like to get out there and prune. A lot of the leaves are down and everything. Once the snow hits, we kind of have to wait for that melting spell where we can get on the curb, because obviously our guys can't be climbing through snowbanks to grab trees and everything else. So then we're kind of stuck in end of December, January, February, March, when it starts changing. Helps us. Last year, we kind of got stupid snow that was coming, one day it was 60, next day you got 3 feet of snow, and you can't put our guys into pruning. It was just crazy. And then once April hits, we get busy. We're getting our diamonds going, we're getting our fields going.
First pitch is the first Saturday in May. When would be a good time for the Highway Department to provide you with a paving list? January, February?
Even
Supervisors.
beforehand, I don't know, do they plan it when they do the budget of what roads they're doing next year? I don't know. I don't know when they
Usually
figure out.
about end of January, they should have, early February.
So that'd be great.
I'd like to see that in an email with,
And if they can send it right to Judy, Judy will put the pruning list for
there we go.
tree, and then we have it in the computer system, and then
I
we
think
have
we
it.
can come up with an SOP to do that. If we get you and John together and just figure out something going forward where we know what roads we're doing, we can get approximate dates, we can figure out when the trees need to be trimmed by, because when they're going to start milling, and then that way at least, are those dates going to be hard and fast? No, but it gives you an idea of what you need to prioritize, what's going to happen around those approximate dates, and which can be done first, second, third, and last, and that'll just allow things to be slightly more streamlined.
I just had something to add too. I'm sorry to interrupt you. I agree with what you said about communication and things like that. For today, for example, I didn't find out till this afternoon. So asking me to vote on if we should spend $30,000 on this in a few hours, I can't do my due diligence to research this and really look into that when it's not a good thing for us to have short time. I understand that this, happened quickly, but again, in the future, if we can have this information sooner, that would be great. But then as far as the tree list, Warner wouldn't have been on the paving list because that's an outside contractor, and that has been discussed multiple times, multiple meetings. Ed has brought it up, John has brought it up. Everybody knew that Warner Road was being done this year. Everybody knew it.
But nobody knew.
And highway, there have been employees that have reached out and asked questions, like in May. I personally reached out and asked about it as well, and when the trees could get done. Granted, it was like 2 days before they were starting.
You reached
but
out
it
2 days
was
before.
because they weren't done at that point. I was like, what's going on? Like, these were supposed to be, the road was supposed to be prepped. It's like you have someone come into your house, a contractor. You don't just say someone's painting. You don't leave all of your pictures on the wall and tell them you take it down and you take the nails out. Like, you have that prepped when they come in to do the job that they're supposed to do. So just, I think, great job to the Parks and Rec guys that took the initiative to go out there and get that done. It's looking so much better. I know a few of the times when I was walking that route, there were residents that had questions, and your Parks and Rec guys, fantastic with them.
They're awesome.
Answering their questions and really explaining to them, because we had some people that were questioning, like, why are you taking our trees down? But they didn't seem annoyed. They took the time to really explain it to them, and explain the process that, after the road work is done, they should come back and grind the stumps, and then hopefully in the spring, if not sooner, the new trees would be planted. So I thought that was exceptional service on their half for doing that. So kudos to them. But the only other thing I wanted to say on what was said here is that, yes, the committees were changed, but the lead of Parks and Rec and the lead of Highway did not change. So I don't know how that was, what the purpose of mentioning that committees were changed would be for that reason.
It's for communication to me, and I've been working with Mark for years, and I've been working with Dawn very successfully in the last couple of years. I decided it's for me to keep that combined. I put some suggestions in there to what we should be doing with the meeting. I think the best thing that we can do, if we're going to talk about the trees, is very specifically at the beginning of the year, or as soon as we know everything, we'll get together with the department heads and make sure that it's clear exactly what's going to happen. And with Warner Road, again, I don't know why we're putting so much emphasis on the rec department to do it, when the fact of the matter is, and correct me if I'm wrong, Ed, it was in the contract for the contractors to do that. Is that not, they were getting paid to do that as part of the contract, is that not correct?
Yeah, typically for a mill and pave job, the contractor will trim what's overhanging in the roadway so that the milling machine can clear.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were out there and discussing it, that was brought up, and the contractor was told, yes, go ahead and trim. It's part of their contract. But they were also told that the trees were slated to come down. They all had big X's on them. So they were told, don't be worried about how neat it is, because they're coming down. So they weren't neat. They just went through and whacked what they had to whack and went ahead and paved.
Okay, so who put the X's on them? Does anybody know who put the X's on?
They were there, they've been there for a year or two.
John
as far
said
as
he
I know.
didn't know.
Yeah.
Carmen didn't know.
We didn't put them there.
He didn't put them there. So
Unless it was nice egg,
I think
we don't
Oh,
know.
yeah.
That's interesting.
this was like a
That's what we
perfect storm of, because since it's subcontracted, highway isn't involved. Probably you didn't know. I didn't know that it was in the contract for them to
They typically
come
trim.
right, to trim it. But then we knew trees are coming down, but nobody knew who put the X's on them. And
John asked
nobody
me a
over
while
there
ago, I
knew
told him it
about
wasn't us. I
So
thought
when
it
they
was
went
him.
through, all those trees are coming down, so what's the difference what they look like?
Yeah, that's
In
it.
essence.
Who makes our
But no-
determination on the trees? It's John, isn't it? What trees got to come down? Do we contract that out? I mean, who makes that determination?
That's
great question on
Usually
that
we
because,
tag team it, but those were
yeah,
ash
usually,
trees.
yeah, they.
And
Okay.
he was the one who said that they were going to come down.
All right, so it's done internally?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're-
and they were diseased, but nobody knows who put X's on them.
Yeah, the X's were
Well,
there.
nice, I guess, who destroyed, like,
Oh, they-
Trees.
They really
they
did
trimmed
destroy
around the
them.
power line, so they
they
very
cut the
well
leaves.
could have been
Yeah.
a little bit extra.
I just want to get straight out, because obviously I wasn't here on the 6th. I was in North Carolina at a family reunion when everyone decided they wanted to come after me over trees that were a contractor's situation. Is what it is. I had a nice meeting with Danny Reno, the judge. You know, he comes to the Moose. He knew my family before I was even around, and he did not like any of the things that were said. He doesn't want to be part of politics or any of that, he asked. So I don't know why people were making up stories, but it is what it is. We got it straight. Our next step is we called underground. We marked all the stumps. This week we're going to take all the stumps out. The contractor told us that if we take the stumps out, they have to re-level everyone's front yard to make it grade, that they are going to fix everyone's front yard. All we got to do is get the stumps out. They're going to seed topsoil, grade it all to whatever their plans were with the with it. So we hurried up. We called underground, got the trees down. I think we have to wait tomorrow, the last day, until everything gets marked, so we can start. And we're going to start stump grinding them, get them all done.
Will trees be replanted to make it back, bring it back to a tree-lined street?
Yes, we have, and that was where John and I talked about that Warner and Parkdale Glendale. We have money in a tree that's dedicated only for trees, and we were going to put ball and burlap so they had a little nicer tree on these trees, being that we were taking them all down. Only thing is when Newberry comes around with the 110 we took down there, they're going to maybe want something too. So we're going to have to see what kind of deals we can get and go from there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Kurt.
Cindy?
Standing so patiently in the back.
Thanks for waiting, Cindy.
Great. So we have two issues. One, very nicely, New York Forward had extra funds, so we were able to put in the digital sign for the Opera House. Looks fantastic. John upstairs is, very happy with it. When we went to HPC, they had limited the changing of that sign to 1 per hour. Really doesn't let us maximize the potential of that sign. So we are going to go back to the HPC and ask them if the frequency can be increased.
Great.
Nothing streaming, nothing, strobing, but just so that they can get more information or more visual effect out of it. So we're hopeful. So that'll be in September.
Okay.
We received an email regarding $125,000 from New York State DOT. In 2022, there was a program that installed batteries to our street signals. That money came from the Assembly. It was not sought after. We are now seeking it, and we'll be receiving a check for $125,000 after we do our 44-page report. But it is there for us, so we are going to be able to be reimbursed for that. So it'll be good for our budget year. Hopefully, we'll have it by October.
Excellent.
If I can add to Cindy's report, we did enter a grant, for a grant, to update our comprehensive master plan.
Yeah.
As well as we are next working on grant administration for the splash pad and for the DCO building. 200 pages. Yeah. So that's our next project, and thereafter, we're going forward, I believe, with a lead tech and a DOJ grant.
For the police department.
For the police department.
Yeah. All right, fantastic.
Thank you very much. All right, now we're going to move into the regular meeting. At this point in time, persons who want to address the town board on any of the pre-filed or the suspended resolution only. The suspended resolution is for, to get the money to take down those trees that we've been talking about, and the rest of the pre-filed were posted online. Does anybody want to address the town board on any of the pre-filed resolutions? Raise your hand. Mr. Soika, hang on one second. Oh. Sure, okay.
Can you tell me what resolution number 9 is about?
It's for a cultural support agreement with Hull House Foundation.
Is it like an agreement you have with the Boys and Girls Club?
No, it's nowhere near that amount of money. It's, what did we give them last year? I wish Nick was here.
8,000. 2 years before that, it was 5,000, and the year before that, it was 3,000. So that over the last 4 years, they got a 103% increase in funding.
Yeah, it's nowhere near what the Boys and Girls Club got.
Did they
have to
ask
use it-
for the
hang on,
funding?
Mr. Syke, I'm trying to answer your question. So they have to use it for a very specific cause, and they've sent us the report on that. So that's what they'll be doing with anything that the board, if the board votes for it, they'll have to do going forward.
And did the Hull House ask for an increase in funding? Because I foiled it, and I didn't get anything about it. They mentioned about a possible increase, but there was no amount listed. Who decides the amount that it gets increased by?
Well, it comes to anything financial, it generally comes to me or Nick, and then we bring it to the board for them to vote on. So that's how it comes in. If there was anything in the emails, I think you got everything that I had, which was them asking for, talking about possibly an increase.
And the possible acquiring of 10 acres of land at $15,000 an acre, has that been brought up by the board?
No, because it's going to go through a grant instead, so that is not being discussed anymore. We turned it over to them to do their own purchasing for that, and they're putting in a grant for it.
Thank you.
Sure. Okay, anybody else? Yes,
How you
sir.
doing? Richard Striegel, 41 Brandel Avenue. Hello, board. I'm just thinking about with this Warner. If the town, all the council members would have proper communications with the trees and with future. If the contract is designed, either Mr. Fiscione or maybe a committee that can be formed, it can do this. I know we have town lawyers, I know we have these things, there's a lot of ifs, ands, or buts in contracts. But when you have a contract specifically specified to each board member in an email, so you can all review it, and you can look into it to say, hey, what about this or what about that? It looks like it's bad, it's bad, it's bad. And it only reflects on, you're pointing to the town heads. I think it's reflecting on the board, more or less, because you all can look at it on an email and the contract. The contract, I don't know what the contract was for the Warner Road, but I think that if everybody got together and looked at it seriously, and maybe an outside committee. I don't know how good you are at negotiating contracts, but the contracts got to be very detailed with the town, and to make sure that, as Matt said, everything complies with state codes and regulations. And workman's comp right down the road with everything. And to see each one of these things being justified so we don't have to come to a town board and get more work done than just yell at board heads. And I think there's a communication loss there between board heads. I can see it. And it's not, I'm going to do this or I'm going to do that. It has nothing to do with that. It's the town of Lancaster. Work for the town of Lancaster. Not to think about yourself or think about party lines. This is about Lancaster. Yeah. We got a beautiful town here. And if you look out, you can see it. And of course, we're going to have complications with if there's a storm, water. You want to talk about problems in Lancaster? We got water problems in Lancaster. We got infrastructure problems in Lancaster. We have a lot more than just trees. And I think it's a whole view of everything. The population's going up. The roads are sickening. The traffic is crazy. And we're continuing to get bigger and bigger. And then everybody says, we got to replace drain systems. They've been sitting there for the last 50 years. Come on, the more water you put out, the more that's going to go in there, the more houses are going to go in there. We got to start looking at infrastructure. And I think Matt would be the prime person as the engineer to look at all this. I thank you very much and have a great night.
Thank you very much. Anybody else want to address
We know who he's talking about.
You're an engineer too, that's good.
I'm not
Anybody
an
else?
engineer, but thank you for the compliment.
He meant the engineer, he meant Ed as well.
We
Anybody
know
else?
you meant Ed.
You gotta be
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we
so
knew
if
what
it
you
does
meant.
get screwed up, it's Matt's fault.
Right.
Anybody else want to address the town board on any of the pre-filed or the suspended resolution? Please raise your hand. Okay, seeing no other hands raised, we are going to move forward. 1 hour into the meeting? Okay. We have no public hearings tonight. Official reports from the town board. And basically, anybody have any official reports from the town board?
Chief took my steam with the dog control event this weekend. I wanted to thank Jessica Pick and Officer Mike Greco for helping put that together. It was a fantastic event, very well attended, and again, I can't commend the DCO and the police department enough for their public outreach. It's excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any official reports?
I have, it's board report / committee report. I don't know if you want me to do it now or do you want me to wait till you announce the next one?
No, it's, have you got committee report?
Yeah, just
Go right
go
ahead.
for it.
Just go for it? Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
I'd rather just get it over with for everybody's time's sake here. Okay, so this is, so assessments, September 2026 school taxes are due by October 15th. Just throwing that out there. Not that anybody wants that information necessarily, but it's gonna be here before we know it, unfortunately. So for code enforcement, I am no longer the chair, so moving forward, Councilmember Burkhart will be providing updates for that. I did give him a copy of the code enforcement book. I know I spoke about that and I think I showed it to everybody a few meetings ago. So I gave him that so he can read that, and then I will also assist with the smooth transition over for that. As far as, let's see, I had ethics board. I say this every meeting. If you're interested in volunteering for the ethics board, please reach out to the town clerk or one of the board members. We really need to get this in place for our town. Let's see. Term limits. So we had the first meeting last week. There was great dialogue. People that were here were engaged the entire time. I ended up moving the chairs in the first 2 rows into like a circle, so it's more of a conversation. I'm not going to be sitting up here and talking to everybody. I really want it to be a community discussion, and some great ideas were proposed. And what I'm going to do is the next meeting will be Monday, August 17th here at 12 o'clock. And then I plan on having a schedule moving forward where every month I will do, you know, I'll try to pick a different day of the week and a different time so that everybody who can and wants to have a conversation should hopefully be able to make one of them, because I'll switch the times around. So there's that. And then I had John, Newsies. I went to Newsies. It was fantastic. The performers there were phenomenal. And also, everyone knows I have a child, and she is attending a bunch of the summer programs. She's loving it. It's great. So you guys are doing a fantastic job. And if you weren't able to get into any of the programs this year, look out for that information next year and get in line early so they fill up quick. And then let's see, what else do I have here? HR. So I would like to request, I know I'm blowing through these things, guys, sorry. I'm thinking about time
That's
here.
good.
Okay, yes. So I would like to request that the board begin the process of establishing a dedicated human resource position for the town. Maybe the principal personnel clerk. I already confirmed with Nick that we have the funding for this year. Jennifer gave up about $50,000 from her budget line so that we could hire somebody for this year. So the funding is there, and I'm just, it kind of just fell through the cracks. So I'm proposing that we start the process, we get the resolution going so we can do, you know, what we need to do to get that into our town inventory, and then we just move forward from there. And, you know, I'm sure then we'll have to post it, have interviews, and during the interview process, I would like to, I'm going to make a suggestion that I would like to see Councilmember Anticola participate in those with whoever else wants to. If the supervisor would like to, I think that would be appropriate, but to give him some experience doing some of these interviews with people as well. I thought that would be a great thing for him to do. Let's see. What else did I have? I'm hurrying. Okay. Then I had budget. So budget season is coming up. And what I have talked to Nick about this already because I wanted to make sure that this is something that he would also be potentially in support of. So I would need board support for this. But in the past, the department heads would meet with like Nick, and then, you know, we end up getting the budget presented to us at the beginning of October. That's when we have to then start combing through it, looking at it, and trying to figure out, you know, the different changes, make phone calls to department heads, and just discuss that. Instead of doing it that way, I would really like to see that we have a couple special meetings. We can figure out what dates and times after, but have a few department heads come in and present to the entire board at once what they would like their budget to look like for the next year. And that way we all have a chance to ask questions together and really understand what they're looking for, so that when we go back, or when Nick goes back to adjust the budget, that, you know, we all know ahead of time what we should be looking for in that. You know, and we could say, you know, I'm sorry, it just doesn't seem that that might fit this year. You know, we'll keep that in mind for next year. But if we can have that conversation as a whole, I think that would be beneficial, and then be, you know, very transparent for the town. So I guess for that one, I'm wondering how people are thinking.
I had brought that up last year,
Yeah.
for us to do something like that. I thought it would be a good idea, because we're all hearing what everybody's looking for, and, you know, what is a necessity and what's a want. And, you know, we get everybody in with what they really need, then the wants, what makes the most sense in every department and what it's used for. So I think it's a great idea. I wanted to do that.
I think the easiest way to do it is with our hourly meetings that we have, you know, the second meeting during the month, where the department heads can come right up here and talk about what they need, what kind of funding that they're going to be needing in there, and that all works in there. And then obviously Nick and I go through all the spending and how much money we're actually bringing in. But again, sounds like a good idea. And remember, the first budget that you get is the one that Nick and I come up with. And then again, if we have all that input beforehand, it's still got to fit within the numbers.
Right.
But again, people can, you know, prioritize. So yeah, we do talk to them, we listen to them, but yet probably be more helpful if they did it during department head meetings, you know, when we're doing this. So yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Okay. And then I have one last thing, and then I'll be done, I promise. Okay. So I was going to bring this up because, you know, the supervisor did bring it up when Carmen was here about the committee lists. And they are the supervisors' committees. I do understand that. We all know I have had questions before. I still have questions because it seems like it's not equitable, the distribution of committees. And I get that you are able to set them however you want to, but as of January 1st, so starting with those original changes January 1st to now, I have been removed from 7 committee assignments, and I currently have 8 committees where, you know, Mark and Tom have, one of them has 13, one has 14, the supervisor has 14, but then Councilmember Schroeder has 17. So that's a big difference of responsibility there, and I guess I just wanted to bring that up, that I just don't think that's equitable. I was removed from code enforcement, I was removed from highway, and it just appears that when I bring up concerns or something like that, then I get removed from things. And, you know, I'm not gonna stop doing what's best for the town. It just limits what I'm able to do and help advocate as much when I'm continually removed from things. And the only other thing that I would bring up with it, and is just purely based on potential conflict of interest is that as of the last one, I think I have a copy of it here. Let me make sure. Yeah. Councilmember Anticola was moved from second as municipal liaison. I was originally that until this January, the 2nd. He was moved to third, and then Councilmember Schroeder was moved to second, but I see that as a conflict of interest with her husband being the mayor.
No, I'll take your words here under advisement, but again, I set the committees. I set them the best way that worked for me. I put the recommendations in there. We have to have more communications. We can't be, like this group is doing highway, this group is doing rec, which is kind of what happened there, and we're doing things over here and we're not seeing what's going on over here. So I'm going to make sure that everybody gets together, that we all communicate and coordinate better. So this works for me, and at this point in time, I'm going to move forward with it.
But nobody was changed on Parks and Rec, so I don't know.
I'm not going to defend every committee. I mean, these are works best for me.
I understand it's what works best for you to take me
Right.
off of more things.
I'm sorry, to do what?
For me to take me off of more things.
Let's get, okay. All right, thank you very much for your advisement, and we're going to move on at this point. Okay. Oh, did you guys have anything?
Just as far as the Boys and Girls Club, I've spoken with everybody, and Jen is working on getting the contract language in. Hopefully by the next committee meeting, we could hopefully have a resolution as long as she gets all the contractual language completed. So hopefully that will be complete by the next board meeting.
Okay, and we should probably have an executive session at the next board meeting to discuss exactly what's going on.
Depending on how far along she gets through it, and once she gets the language together and has the contract or at least a draft, then yes, we'll probably have to have an executive session.
And again, there's an existing contract right now, so that's going to have to be changed. Okay, very good. Anything else? Tom? Anything else, sir? Mark, you got anything? No. Okay. So, again, recommendations, we all got committees. We'll all be doing reports on committees. I hope at least once a month on every committee. I'd like to go through the committee list and people say, yeah, here's what's going on here, here's what's going on here. So there's more information flowing, more communication. Okay, personally, I just want to advertise the Lancaster Depew Rotary Club is having their 2026 Car and Cycle Show on August 12th, 2026, next Wednesday. So anybody who can make it or wants to donate, feel free to reach out to me. Be more than happy to help you out. Also, in our resolutions tonight, if it passes, we're going to have Dave Bondro Day here. It's before the next town board meeting. There's quite the agenda that's been put together by the Opera House upstairs, and we're going to be renaming out in front here as Dave Bondro Square, if that passes, and we'll keep moving forward from there. So those are two big events. That's on Saturday, August 15th, again, before our next town board meeting. It starts at 11 o'clock in the morning. We'll do some type of a presentation out front there. I will have a proclamation from the town of Lancaster we're working on right now, and, we'll unveil the sign for the square. Okay? So come on, join us on that one. Should be a good day. Then you can move upstairs to the Opera House, and they're going to do a lot of great things going on there. Okay, so we're going to move on to the resolutions, which unfortunately I'm reading most of them tonight. I did bring some water, but I already sound a little bit hoarse. So we're going to get through them as quickly as possible. Number one is to resolve the minutes of the regular meeting of the town board held July 6, 2026, and are hereby affirmed. Do I have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes, and when the committees will be doing these going forward, so I don't have to do this many. Number two, be it resolved that the following audited claims be and hereby ordered paid from their respective accounts as per abstract to be filed in the office of the town clerk by the supervisor's office, to wit, check run number 720-2026, total amount hereby authorized to be paid, $721,000, $721,033.78. And because we didn't have a meeting for the last time we were supposed to, check run number also is 8/3/2026, total amount hereby authorized to be paid, $1,770,090.64. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 3, we got a list of different permits that are going on, and there's quite the list because we have 2 weeks' worth. Now therefore be it resolved that the building permit applications here encoded CSW for a conditional sidewalk waiver be and are hereby reaffirmed with a waiver of the town ordinance required for sidewalks. However, the waiver is granted upon the express condition that the town of Lancaster at any future date reserves the right to order sidewalk installation at the expense of the property owner. Matt, do we have any sidewalk waivers in here?
Not tonight. We do have an application pending sidewalk waiver.
For one of these places?
It's not one of these. We've not issued the building permit.
Okay.
Until the waiver is granted.
Okay, great. Well, in the future, again, I'd like your thoughts on these sidewalk waivers and how you see it going forward. But right now, do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 4, whereas the town of Lancaster has engaged Lawley Agency LLC to oversee and implement the town's comprehensive insurance needs, whereas Lawley Agency LLC has notified the town that policy renewal is required and has provided its comparison of available insurance products with cost, and whereas after obtaining quotes, Lawley Agency recommends approval of the insurance carriers and coverages for the period retroactive to July 19, 2026 through July 19, 2027, the amount of $500,943.99. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the town supervisor to execute on behalf of the town of Lancaster the insurance proposal for property and liability insurance as presented, not to exceed $500,943.99. And be it further resolved that the supervisor is hereby authorized and directed to execute the proposal as presented with Lawley. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 5, whereas on July 6, 2026, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster adopted a resolution establishing the Lancaster Youth Club Committee and appointing its members as, and whereas the Town Board desires to amend said resolution to modify the formatting of the member designations, now therefore be it resolved that the resolution adopted on July 6, 2026 is hereby amended to read as follows. Whereas pursuant to the Youth Development Agreement executed with the Depew Lancaster Boys and Girls Club, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster desires to establish the Lancaster Youth Club Committee, and whereas the Town Board wishes to appoint and reaffirm the members of said committee who shall serve without compensation, we got Councilmember Anacola, Councilmember Studley, Councilmember Burkhart. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby establishes the Lancaster Youth Club Committee with said establishment and the corresponding member appointments effective retroactively to April 1, 2025. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question?
Well, I do. I have no problem with what I know, it seems like you took yourself off. I don't.
Yeah, I talked to Jennifer about it. It's not one of my committees, so it didn't have that first, and the chair, the second, and the alternate. So this way, all 3 people are involved. You can't have more than 2 people there at the same time, but you guys can decide who you want in there. My involvement will be in the negotiations of the actual agreement that we have with them. The reason I inserted myself in there was with an unfortunate email that came from somebody in the Boys and Girls Club where they went after Councilmember Schroeder, and I didn't feel it appropriate for her. She didn't want to stay on there after that. So I jumped in there, but now I'm turning it back over to you 3 to get all the information, bring it to us, and we'll go from there. And on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 6. Whereas Damon University, Division of Health and Human Services, Department of Social Work and Sociology desires to maintain an affiliation with the town of Lancaster to allow students from its social work program to participate in field education program through the Town of Lancaster Youth Bureau. And whereas the Town of Lancaster desires to assist these students in pursuing their course of study by renewing its memorandum of agreement with Damon University, thereby ensuring the continued involvement of social work interns with the Lancaster community under the guidance of Youth Bureau Executive Director John Trojanowski and Program Coordinator Nicole Gunsher. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby authorizes Town Supervisor Robert Leary, Youth Bureau Executive Director John Trojanowski, and Program Coordinator Nicole Gunsher to execute the annual memorandum of agreement with Damon University's Bachelor of Arts in Social Work program. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 7. Whereas the municipal home rule law of the state of New York and Chapter 26 of the Code of the Town of Lancaster provide for the adoption and enactment of local laws, and whereas proposed local law number 5 of the year 2026 entitled Amending the Code of the Town of Lancaster, Chapter 115, Unsafe Buildings to include property maintenance, was introduced to the Town Board on the 21st day of May, and whereas the Town Board, acting as lead agency under the State Environmental Quality Review Act, has determined that the action is a Type 2 action and has issued a negative declaration, and whereas the Town Board called for a notice and held a public hearing on the proposed local law on July 6, 2026, where all interested parties were given the opportunity to address the Town Board regarding the proposed local law. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster that local law number 5 of 2026 is hereby adopted. A copy of this local law is available for public inspection at the Lancaster Town Clerk's office, and the local law shall be effective upon its filing with the Secretary of State pursuant to the municipal home rule law. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 8, whereas Ali Ahmad of Buffalo, New York has submitted an application for a special use permit to 716 Auto and Collision LLC, automotive repair shop located at 515 Pavement Road, whereas Chapter 400 zoning, Article 14, Section 400-78 of the Code of the Town of Lancaster requires the Town Board to conduct a public hearing for the issuance of the special permit. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to Town Zoning Code, public hearing regarding the proposed special permit for that location shall be held at Town Hall on August 17th, 2026 at 7:05 p.m. Be it further resolved that notice of the time and place of said hearing be published in the official newspaper of general circulation within the town and posted on the town bulletin board. Be it further resolved that a copy of said notice be referred to the Erie County Department of Planning pursuant to Section 239M of the General Municipal Law in the form attached hereto and made a part hereof. Do I have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 9. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the Town Supervisor to execute on behalf of the Town of Lancaster an agreement of cultural support between the town and the Whole House Foundation. This agreement provides financial assistance in the amount of $8,000 for the support of the historic edifice located at 5976 Genesee Street within the town as appropriated in the Town of Lancaster's 2026 Other Culture and Recreation Contractual Expenses Budget, line number, and it gives the line number on there. Do I have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 10, whereas the Town Line Volunteer Fire Department by letter received July 9, 2026, has requested the addition of 1 member to the roster of said fire association. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby confirms the addition to the membership of the Town Line Volunteer Fire Department, the individual Gabrielle Callow. Do I have a second? On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 11, whereas the Town of Lancaster desires to construct, use, and maintain a pipeline for potable water on Cemetery Road, and whereas this water line goes underneath property owned by CSX Transportation Incorporated, whereas CSX Transportation has requested a facility encroachment agreement due to the water line crossing the CSX Railroad in the Town of Lancaster. It's a 12-inch subgrade pipeline crossing. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the Town Supervisor, Robert Leary, to execute the facility encroachment agreement between the Town of Lancaster and CSX Transportation Incorporated. Do I have a second? Second. On the question and on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 12, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster has previously adopted an operating budget for the 2026 fiscal year, and whereas by email request on July 14, 2026, Nick Swanson, Director of Administration and Finance, requested an increase to the 2026 adopted budget utilizing funds received from auction revenue. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the following budget amendments be and are hereby authorized in the 2026 adopted budget of the Town of Lancaster. We have an increase in expense account for passenger vehicles by $75,000, an increase in revenue account sales of equipment by $75,700, the increase passenger vehicles, and the increase in the revenue account, meaning the money is coming from the sales of equipment, by $75,700 to reflect the receipt of auction proceeds. Do I have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 13, whereas the New York State Department of State Office of Planning, Development, and Community Infrastructure is now accepting smart growth community planning grant applications for the fiscal year 2026 and 2027, whereas the Town of Lancaster identified the need to update the town's comprehensive plan along with recodification of the town code of the Town of Lancaster, and whereas grant opportunity requires the submittal of a consolidated funding application to be completed electronically, and whereas the Town of Lancaster is prepared to provide 25% match as required of the grant, which is available in the general fund of the Town of Lancaster. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town of Lancaster hereby authorizes Robert Leary, Town Supervisor or his representative, to act on the town's behalf in submitting the CFA for the Smart Growth Community Planning Program for 26-27. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 15. Whereas the town engineer previously advertised a request for bids for the Lancaster Opera House staircase and sidewalk reconstruction project at the town hall front entrance, and whereas 3 bids were received, opened, and reviewed on July 14th, 2026, whereas the town's consulting engineer, Ed Schiller, recommended in a letter dated July 15, 2026, that the contract be awarded to the Peyton Barlow Company Incorporated out of Buffalo, registered contractor with the New York State Department of Labor, at the lowest responsible bidder in the amount of $292,600. Whereas the New York State prevailing rate case for this project, number is described here. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby awards the contract for the Lancaster Opera House staircase and sidewalk reconstruction project to Peyton Barlow in an amount not to exceed $292,600, finding the bid to be in full conformance with the specifications on file at William Shutt and Associates. Be it further resolved that the project expense will be paid from budget line 90244-400, and be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute the contract contingent upon the town attorney's receipt and approval of required documentation. Do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, this money's coming out of the New York Forward money. Ed? Seems pretty high, but that was the lowest one that we got.
Yeah.
And it's a decent company.
Yeah, the next lowest was 3 something, and the one over that was 500 something.
Okay. Okay, so the board votes for it. Okay, on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 16, whereas Mike Grego, Dog Control Officer for the Town of Lancaster, has recommended the appointment of Jake Jablonski of West Seneca to fill the open position of part-time Dog Control Office. Now, therefore, be it resolved that the following individual is hereby appointed to the following part-time permanent position in the Town of Lancaster Dog Control Department, working no more than 19.5 hours per week, contingent upon approval by the Erie County Department of Personnel, and this being a part-time position provides no health insurance, sick days, vacations, or other fringe benefits not specifically mandated for part-time temporary employees. And again, Jake Jablonski at $22.51 an hour. Be it further resolved, this appointment is contingent upon successful completion of all pre-employment checks with the supervisor's office and acquisition of required New York State certifications and acknowledgement of town policies. Be it further resolved, the supervisor of the town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Stelby.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 17, whereas the negotiating team for the town of Lancaster and the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association have reached 2 memorandums of agreement regarding the active employee health care contribution rates and retiree contribution rates within the collective bargaining agreement. And whereas the town board has reviewed the terms of said memorandums and determined that ratifying the agreements is in the best interest of the town and its residents, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby ratifies the memorandums of agreement with the Cayuga Club Police Benevolent Association as presented, and be it further resolved that the town supervisor is hereby authorized to execute said MOAs on behalf of the town. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Stelby.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 18, whereas Ben Kestner, owner of Frank's Grill, submitted a site plan application to install a 20-foot by 30-foot tent with 8 tables and 36 chairs as seasonal outdoor dining located at 5820 Broadway, the town of Lancaster, containing a site plan received by the town of Lancaster in July 2026. Whereas the town, acting as lead agency, duly considered the request for the project, including the recommendation of the town of Lancaster Planning Board, in conformance with seeker regulations, and the town board recognizes this as a type 2 seeker. Whereas the planning board recommended to the town board on July 15, 2026, the approval of the amended site plan amendment to the special use permit to allow seasonal outdoor dining from June 1st to October 1st annually within the tenant area. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby approves the seasonal outdoor dining site with special use permit amendment issued to Ben Kestner. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Stelby.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 19. Whereas a request has been submitted by Code Enforcement Officer Matthew Fischione for the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster to review the probationary special use permit issued to Salvatore's Italian Restaurant located at 6461 Transit Road in Lancaster, New York. Whereas based upon the recommendation and report of the Code Enforcement Officer regarding ongoing complaints and violations received by the town, it is recommended that a public hearing be scheduled to determine whether a special use permit shall be modified, suspended, or revoked. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster as follows, that pursuant to 400-78 of the zoning code of the Town of Lancaster, public hearing will be held at Lancaster Town Hall on the 17th day of August 2026 at 7:05 p.m. to consider the potential revocation or modification of the special use permit for Salvatore's Italian Restaurant. That the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to cause a notice of said public hearing to be published. That the town clerk is further directed to refer a copy of such notice of hearing and supporting materials, Erie County Department of Environment and Planning, and that the notice of public hearing shall be substantially in the form attached hereto and made a part hereof. Do we have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Councilmember Studley, number 20 is all yours.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor and Honorable Board. I offer resolution number 20, whereas request has been submitted by Code Enforcement Officer Matthew Fischione for the Town Board to review the special use permit issued to BNS Enterprises located at 501 Erie Street. Whereas based upon the recommendation and report of the Code Enforcement Officer regarding ongoing annual complaints received by the town, it is recommended that a public hearing be scheduled to determine whether said special use permit should be modified, suspended, or revoked. Now therefore be it resolved by the Town Board as follows, that there will be a public hearing held at Lancaster Town Hall, here 21 Central Avenue, on August 17th, 7:05 p.m. local time, to consider the potential revocation or modification of the special use permit. The town clerk is hereby authorized to directed to cause a notice of said public hearing to be published in the official newspaper of general circulation within the town and to be conspicuously posted on the town bulletin board as required by law. That the town clerk is further directed to refer a copy of such notice of hearing and supporting materials to the Erie County Department of Environment and Planning. and that the notice of public hearing shall be substantially in the form attached hereto and made a part hereof.
Do we have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 21. Now therefore be it resolved that a public hearing before the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster in the County of Erie shall be held at the Lancaster Town Hall, right here at 21 Central Avenue, 17th of August at 7:05 p.m. for the purpose of hearing all persons interested in the proposed local law of the year 2026, amending the code of the Town of Lancaster chapter to add provisions for rodent control. Be it further resolved that the town clerk is directed to publish a notice of this hearing in the Lancaster Bee and on the town bulletin board, post a copy of the notice as required by law, notify all interested parties by mail. Be it further resolved that the town clerk shall make copies of the proposed law, amending the code of the Town of Lancaster chapter to add provisions for rodent control, available at the town clerk's office for public inspection and distribution during regular business hours. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? We will learn a lot about rodents over the last couple of months. We saw that what we had in there was fairly weak compared to other towns, so that's why we came up with a new law to deal with rodents. Right, Brad?
That's it.
Okay.
Dense shot.
On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 22. Whereas an application has been received for a special event permit to hold the 15th annual Strider Glider Quarter Marathon, and whereas local law number 5 of the Code of the Town of Lancaster requires the town board to conduct a public hearing prior to the issuance of a special event permit for such use, now therefore be it resolved that a public hearing shall be held before the town board, Town of Lancaster, here at Town Hall on August 17th, 7:05 p.m. local time. Be it further resolved that the town clerk is hereby authorized and directed to publish a notice of public hearing in the Lancaster Bee and post said notice on the town bulletin board in the form attached hereto and made a part hereof. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. On the question, these are county roads that are involved in this as well, so I've sent their application over to the county to make sure that they are aware that it's going to be going down county roads and give their permission for that to happen. On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 23. Whereas the town board of the Town of Lancaster previously held a public hearing pursuant to Chapter 400 zoning, Article 14 of the Code of the Town of Lancaster upon the application of Angela Dussault for a special use permit for home occupation, accounting, and tax services located on William Street in Lancaster. Whereas pursuant to its terms and conditions, the special use permit is currently up for renewal. Whereas by letter dated July 1st, 2026, Angela has requested that the town board renew the special use permit for an additional 2-year term. And whereas Matt Ficione, Code Enforcement Officer, completed a site inspection on July 20th, 2026 and recommended approval of the special use permit per his letter dated July 20th. Now therefore be it resolved as follows. Pursuant to Chapter 400 of the Code of the Town of Lancaster, the town board hereby grants a special use permit renewal to Angela Dussault for a home occupation of tax services. Dussault, is that? Let's not kill her name here. Upon the terms and conditions set forth in the zoning ordinance, that the applicant shall continue in compliance with all conditions set forth. And there are 4 conditions that are listed down here, and I don't believe those have changed, except for B, which says permit must be renewed every 2 years. Consideration for renewal requires the property owner to submit a written request to the town clerk on or before September 19th, 2028. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 24, whereas Dallas Gianni has applied for a special use permit to operate a home-based occupation under a federal firearms license, type 0 dealer, to conduct appointment-only firearms transfers at his residence located at 11 Bridgewater Court, Lancaster, New York. And whereas Chapter 400 zoning, Article 14, Section 400-78 of the Code of the Town of Lancaster requires the town board to conduct a public hearing prior to the issuance of that special use permit. Now therefore be it resolved that pursuant to Section 400-78, Town Zoning Code, a public hearing regarding the proposed special use permit for 11 Bridgewater Court shall be held at Town Hall here on August 17, 2026 at 7:05 PM local time. Be it further resolved that the notice of the time and place of said hearing be published in the official newspaper of the general circulation within the town of Lancaster and on the town bulletin board. Be it further resolved that a copy of said notice be referred to the Erie County Department of Planning pursuant to Section 239M of General Municipal Law in the form attached hereto and made a part hereof. And maybe I missed it in here, but notifications would be going out to the people affected by this in the neighborhood or within a certain distance? Is that
For a special
required
use
for this?
permit?
Yeah. Isn't that the norm? No, not for the special use permit?
I think so.
Okay. No?
No.
Okay. All right. And, I'm sorry, do we have a second
Second.
on the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 25, whereas due to the upcoming retirement of Karen Blewick, a vacancy exists in the town of Lancaster Police Department for the position of clerk stenographer, and whereas William Gummo, Chief of Police for the town of Lancaster by letter dated July 22nd, 2026, has recommended the appointment of Amy Sharkey to the position of clerk stenographer for the town of Lancaster Police Department, and whereas Amy Sharkey is eligible for appointment to this position pursuant to the standards and procedures set forth in civil service law, now therefore be it resolved that Amy Sharkey of Lancaster, New York, be and is hereby appointed to the full-time position of clerk stenographer, a position covered by the CSEA White Collar Union in the town of Lancaster Police Department, effective retroactive to July 24, 2026, at an annual salary of $61,552. Be it further resolved that this appointment is contingent upon approval by the Erie County Department of Personnel and will be subject to all applicable provisions of law and the collective negotiations agreement between the town and the CSEA White Collar Union. Be it further resolved this appointment is contingent upon successful completion of all pre-employment checks and appropriate paperwork filed with the supervisor's office, New York State required certifications, and completion of town policy acknowledgements, which you've probably already done. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay, on the question, on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 26, whereas John Trojanowski, Executive Director of the Youth Bureau, has recommended that the town of Lancaster continue to participate in the joint funding agreement with the Lancaster Central School District for a district-provided program coordinator for the Lancaster Family Support Center, and whereas the program coordinator is considered an employee of the school district for the town of Lancaster to pay 50% of the direct salary and health insurance cost for the program coordinator of the Family Support Center to the Lancaster Central School District, whereas the town board deems it in the public's interest to renew the joint funding agreement with the Lancaster Central School District to ensure this service is maintained for the community. Now therefore be it resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster is hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreement for joint funding of program coordinator for the Family Support Center with the Lancaster Central School District for the purpose of providing a program coordinator for the Family Support Center for the period of September 1, 2026 to June 30th, 2027, with the town paying 50% of the direct salary and health insurance cost in 4 quarterly installments as follows: on or about October 1st, December 1st, February 1st, and April 1st. We have a second. Second. On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
I abstain due to
Potential.
potential conflict of interest.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Okay, resolution number 27. Whereas John Trojanowski, Executive Director of the Youth Bureau, has recommended that the town of Lancaster continue to participate in the joint funding agreement with Lancaster Central School District for a district-provided school psychologist or social worker for the school and community support program. Whereas the school psychologist or social worker is considered an employee of the school district, with the town of Lancaster responsible for 50% of the annual salary. Whereas the town board deem it in the public interest to renew the joint funding agreement with the Lancaster Central School District for the school and community support program. Now therefore be it resolved, the supervisor of the town of Lancaster is hereby authorized and directed to execute the agreement for joint funding of the school and community support program with the Lancaster Central School District for the purpose of providing a school psychologist or social worker for the period of September 1, 2026 to June 25th, 2027, with the town paying 50% of the annual salary, with it divided up into payment on October 1, December 1, February 1st, and April 1st. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question?
I just had a question for it actually goes for both of these. Is there a reason we don't have like the actual amount that it is? Because almost every resolution where we're paying for something, we put how much it costs. I just didn't know if we know how much it costs. Are we waiting on like the school district to do something with their budget? Does anybody know?
I was thinking the same thing. I was like, usually we put in what we're paying.
Yeah, but yeah, I agree.
Brad? What do we got?
I don't know.
John, do you know what the amount?
Yes, you're right. It usually, and I was surprised sitting here listening that I didn't hear the amount too.
Yeah.
Was it just not provided from the school then?
No, I think it's usually provided. We've been doing this for how long, John?
Oh, 30 years.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
But, you know, the resolutions in the past have included the amounts.
Do you have the amount in your office?
I don't have it in front of me, no.
Right, but in your office kind of thing?
It was, the contracts were sent to me too. The town attorney got a copy, Nick got a copy, and I did.
Oh, okay.
So our choices are to move forward and we find out it's a salary we do not agree with, we rescind
There was, as I recall, the comments coming from the school district is they don't have their contractual agreements, and that was, I think, one of the reasons why they weren't sure what the final amount was going to be, because they haven't approved their union contract yet. That affects the employees that would be affected in this contract. Now, I'm not sure if that was an issue, but I know there were, amounts included. So if you wanted to just wait till the next meeting to include the amounts?
Board, what do you want to do? Withdraw these two? We can still withdraw it because it's the same board meeting, right?
You
Or
can
do you want
proceed,
to
or next week if you don't like.
I
the
mean,
amounts,
I don't
you
think we're gonna really change our mind.
If it's been in place for 30
Yeah.
years,
Yeah, I
it's
don't
probably just contractual. They're probably renegotiating the
If in a
contract
week
so they don't
something
have
jumps
final.
out at you, you can
Unless it's
do
like
another motion
astronomical.
next meeting.
Right,
Yeah.
we can always
Yeah.
rescind
Rescind
this.
it.
Yeah.
To rescind it if
Yeah.
it was excessive.
Okay. On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
I abstain due to a potential conflict.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 28. Whereas due to the retirement of Donna Brem, a vacancy exists in the town of Lancaster's tax office for the position of clerk typist. Whereas Diane Terranova, town clerk for the town of Lancaster, by letter dated July 21st, 2026, has recommended the appointment of Dawn Seeger to the position of clerk typist in the town of Lancaster tax office. And whereas Dawn is eligible for appointment to this position pursuant to the standard and procedures set forth in civil service law, now therefore be it resolved that Dawn Seeger of Lancaster, New York be and is hereby appointed to the full-time position of clerk typist in the town of Lancaster tax office effective August 17, 2026, for a 6-month probationary period for an annual step salary of $46,085.30, which represents 85% of the full amount salary of $54,218. Be it further resolved that this appointment is contingent upon approval by the Erie County Department of Personnel and shall be subject to all applicable provisions of law and the collective negotiations agreement between the town of Lancaster and the CSEA White Collar Union. Be it further resolved that this appointment is contingent upon successful completion of all pre-employment checks and appropriate paperwork filed with the supervisor's office, New York State, certifications, and completion of town policy acknowledgements. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster shall be able to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Is Dawn here tonight? Dawn Seeger? Okay, usually we make those full-time appointments show up and
Cool name, though.
stand up. Okay, oh, Seeger?
How many resolutions?
Seeger's great.
Yes, Seeger's a cool name.
Okay, on the roll. Oh, we did the roll. We did all that. We're moving on. My apologies. Resolution number 29. Okay. Whereas letter dated July 4th, 2026, Assistant Chief of Police Jonathan Zeiters advised the town board that the police department no longer has use for the following vehicles and has requested that the town board therefore deem the vehicle to be surplus and permit it to be put on online auction. It's a 2019 Chevy Equinox with about 114,152 miles. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby declares the above described vehicle to be surplus and authorizes the Assistant Chief of Police Zeiters to place the vehicles up for public bid and an online auction with Auctions International beginning on or about August 6, 2026 and concluding August 20th, 2026, with the funds received from said auction to be made payable to the town of Lancaster and delivered to the town supervisor's office. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anatola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 30. Whereas the town of Lancaster and Lancaster Central School District have previously entered into an agreement for the placement of police officers as school resource officers with the school district, and whereas the town and district both desire to extend the current agreement, which is set to expire on August 31st, 2026, and whereas Police Chief Gummo recommends the extension of the agreement to continue the ongoing relationship with the Lancaster Central School District, now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby approves the agreement with the Lancaster Central School District, subject to the terms and conditions presented therein effective September 1, 2026 through August 31st, 2031, with the option to extend or terminate terms described within the agreement. Be it further resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the supervisor to execute the agreement. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anatola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
I abstain due to potential conflict.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution 31, whereas by letter dated July 22nd, Assistant Chief of Police Jonathan Zeiters has requested the purchase of 9 taser units, including the applicable extended warranties and licenses for the Lancaster Police Department, whereas said equipment will be purchased from Axon Enterprises Incorporated, which serves as the sole source provider for this specific equipment, whereas the total cost for the equipment is $18,954.81 to be paid for from asset forfeiture public safety funds. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the purchase of the 9 tasers as the sole source provider, Axon Enterprise, for a total of the $18,954.81. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster hereby authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing purchase. Do we have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anatola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes, resolution number 32. Whereas by letter, right, geez, okay, that's enough of reading all these. Next time we're splitting them up. Has requested the purchase of 3 Rhino Tab mobile data terminals for use by the Lancaster Police Department, and whereas said equipment will be purchased from Patrol PC. These are being purchased from a person, or, oh, that's the Patrol PC is the name of the company, located in North Attleboro, Massachusetts, which serves as the sole source provider for this specific equipment, whereas the total cost for the equipment is $17,432.78 to be paid from the budget line for public safety equipment. Now therefore be resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the purchase of the 3 Rhino Tab mobile data terminals for Patrol PC as the sole source provider for a total amount not to exceed $17,432.78. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the town of Lancaster hereby is hereby authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anatola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhart.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution 33. By letter dated July 4th, 2026, Carmen Ciccarelli, Park Troop Chief of the town of Lancaster, has requested the purchase of a 17-foot pool access ramp to enable handicap accessibility to the Keesa Park Town Pool. And whereas per the Town of Lancaster's procurement policy, 3 quotes were requested with 2 quotes received. And whereas the lowest responsible quote was submitted by Rec Supply out of Bismarck, North Dakota. Whereas the total cost is $12,461 to be paid from the town budget line, pool capital outlay. Now therefore be it resolved, the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves the purchase of a 17-foot pool access ramp from Rec Supply for a total amount not to exceed $12,461. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster is hereby authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question, this money is actually coming out of the money we got from the county, right?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, so,
CBDG.
again, great. On the roll, thank you to Erie County, Frank Tadaro, our legislator, anybody else involved in this, which was, I just forgot his name, the guy who handles this for the county. What is it?
Paul Dear.
Yes, Paul D'Orlando, thank you very much,
Yes.
Paul, appreciate it. On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 34, whereas by letter dated July 24th, 2026, Carmen Ciccarelli, Park Crew Chief for the Town of Lancaster, has requested the purchase of a mesh safety cover for the Keys of Park Town Pool, and whereas per the Town of Lancaster's procurement policy, 3 quotes were obtained, and whereas the lowest responsible quote was submitted by Beauty Pools Incorporated, located in Lancaster, New York, whereas the total cost is $16,347 to be paid from the town budget line, pool capital outlay. This is also money that came from the county. Thanks again to all involved. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster hereby approves the purchase of a mesh safety cover from Beauty Pools Incorporated for a total amount not to exceed $16,347. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster is hereby authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing purchase. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 35, whereas the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster has previously adopted an operating budget for the 2026 fiscal year, and whereas by email requested on July 24th, 2026, Director of Administration and Finance, Nick Swanson, requested an increase to the 2026 adopted budget to reflect the receipt of insurance reimbursement for a burst pipe at the Town of Lancaster Courts Building. Now therefore be resolved that the following budget amendments be and are hereby approved in the 2026 adopted budget of the Town of Lancaster. Increase of $57,464 in insurance recoveries, increase in capital outlay, $6,390, increase in repairs and maintenance of $51,074. Do we have a second? Second. On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 37. Whereas due to the retirement of Karen Bluick and the vacation of Amy Sharkey, temporary vacancy exists in the Town of Lancaster Police Department for the position of clerk stenographer. And whereas William Gummo, Chief Police for the Town of Lancaster, by email dated July 28, 2026, has recommended the temporary appointment of recently retired Karen Bluick to the position of clerk stenographer of the Town of Lancaster Police Department for the limited period of August 17, 2026 through August 21st, 2026. And whereas Karen is eligible for appointment to this position, this temporary, only a few day position, to the standards and procedures set forth in the civil service law. Now therefore be it resolved that Karen of Lancaster, New York be and is hereby appointed as the clerk stenographer in the Town of Lancaster Police Department, not to exceed 25 hours per week for the period of August 17, 2026 through August 21st, 2026 at an hourly rate of $33.81. Be it further resolved that the supervisor of the Town of Lancaster shall be authorized to take all necessary action to implement the foregoing. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll?
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 38. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Lancaster desires to recognize and posthumously honor David Bondrow for his outstanding service, contributions, and dedication to the Town of Lancaster and to the Lancaster Opera House, and whereas Dave served as artistic and executive director of the Lancaster Opera House for over 15 years, where he used his talents to increase attendance at the Opera House and was instrumental in upgrading and revitalizing the Opera House. And whereas the town board finds that an honorary designation of the square in front of Lancaster Town Hall, in front of also the Opera House upstairs, is an appropriate means of commemorating Dave's service and preserving his legacy within Lancaster community. And whereas the town board finds that the town of Lancaster should set aside a day to honor the legacy of Dave Bondrow in recognition of this commitment to our community. And whereas the town board has considered these proposed honorary designations and finds the same to be in the public interest. Now therefore be it resolved that the square in front of Lancaster Town Hall shall be honorarily designated as Dave Bondrow Square, and be it further resolved that such honorary designation is commemorative in nature only and shall not alter the official address of Lancaster Town Hall, which shall remain what it is for all official government postal emergency services. Be it further resolved that the Town Parks Department is authorized and directed to install appropriate honorary signage, and be it further resolved that Saturday, August 15, 2026, shall be known as Dave Bondrow Day within the town of Lancaster. Do we have a second? Second. On the question, and again, I mentioned it before, anybody who didn't hear that, there will be an honorary, we're going to get out there, we're going to put up a sign that'll be taken care of on the August 15th, Saturday, starting at 11 o'clock, a nice ceremony out there. After that, you're invited to go into the Opera House itself, where they'll talk about the stuff that Dave did over the years, and there's quite a bit of things going on in there. So we, invite everybody to come. On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Resolution number 39, suspended resolution. I'm requesting a suspension of the necessary rules for immediate consideration of the following resolution. Do I have a second?
So moved.
Okay, I'm sorry. Do we have a motion? Yours is the motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Okay. Okay, and on the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Yes.
Supervisor Leary.
Yes. Whereas Carmen Ciccarelli, Park Crew Chief of the Town of Lancaster's Park Recreation and Forestry Department, I thought we were striking that part. Are we leaving that in there, or are we striking that part? Where it says along with? Fine?
Yeah.
Yeah, they do, okay.
Leave.
Along with Highway Super John Pilato has notified the town board of the critical need for tree removal and pruning services within the town public rights-of-way located on Parkdale Drive and Glendale Drive, and where it said tree removal and maintenance work is readily available through the Erie County Summer Highway Maintenance Materials Contract via its authorized provider, May Tree Services Incorporated, whereas procurement through this existing county contract satisfies all municipal purchasing requirements and eliminates the needs for independent competitive bidding according to New York State General Municipal Law, whereas May Tree Service Incorporated has submitted a formal quote for the required scope of work in the amount of $30,000, whereas funding for these necessary tree services is available within the town's dedicated tree fund. Now therefore be it resolved that the town board of the town of Lancaster hereby authorizes the utilization of Erie County bid provider May Tree Service Incorporated to perform the requested tree removal and pruning services on the Parkdale Drive and Glendale Drive public rights of way. Be it further resolved that pursuant to New York State Labor Law Section 220-I, May Tree Service Incorporated must be actively registered with New York State Department of Labor Public Work Contractor Registry and must provide proofs of such registration along with the official prevailing wage case number, PRC number, assigned to this project to the town of Lancaster prior to the commencement of any work. Be it further resolved that the town board approves payment to May Tree Service for said work in an amount not to exceed $30,000 in accordance with the fee schedule under Erie County bids with expenditures explicitly drawn from the tree fund budget line. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the question? On the roll.
Councilmember Anacola.
Yes.
Councilmember Burkhardt.
Yes.
Councilmember Schroeder.
Yes.
Councilmember Studley.
Would it be a no because I haven't had enough time to actually review this and do my due diligence?
Supervisor Leary.
It's going to
Yes.
pass, so it's fine.
Okay. All right, we're going to move on to the presentation of communications by the town clerk. And basically, we have number 393 received and filed. 394 was a resolution tonight, as was 395. 396 Excuse me?
Public hearing.
Oh, thank you. Okay. Public hearing on 8/17. 397, received and filed. 398, public hearing, 8/17. 399, received and filed. 400, received and filed. 401, received and filed. 402, resolution tonight. 403, Planning and Zoning Committee and the Town Attorney. 404, received and filed. 405, received and filed. 406, resolution tonight. 407, Town Attorney. 408, received and filed. 409, Town Attorney. 410, received and filed. 411, Planning and Zoning Committee, as is 412. 413, received and filed. 414, Town Attorney. 415, we have another hearing, public hearing on 8/17. 416, resolution tonight. 417, public hearing on the 8/17. 418, resolution tonight. 419, Planning and Zoning Committee. 420, received and filed. 421, received and filed. 422, resolution tonight. 423, received and filed. 424, resolution tonight. 425, Planning and Zoning Committee, Town Attorney. 426, resolution tonight, as is 427, 428, 429, 430, were all resolutions tonight. 431, received and filed. 432, Town Attorney. 433, received and filed, as is 434. 435 was a resolution tonight, and 436 was received and filed. Okay, we're going to back up here. Okay. Now we come to the point in the town board meetings where persons want to address the town board on any subject. The town board will hear the concerns of persons desiring to address the town board on any town of Lancaster subject for a total period of 30 minutes. Please raise your hand to be recognized by the supervisor. Give your name and address to the town clerk. Speak directly to the town board members. Speak once for 5 minutes or less, and any unruly activity result in expulsion from the meeting. Do we have anybody who wants to address the town board on any subject matter? Please raise your hand. Yes, sir? Oh, you got yours in the back first? Okay.
Good evening.
Are you guys together, or are you going to go separately?
Yeah, we're all together.
You're all together?
We're just not sure the protocol.
Well, you're going to have to give your, why don't we have, are you going to be saying different things? I mean, you got to give your name and address. So we
Town
can.
attorney, I'm just not sure. Do we just deal with Brad after, like separate? It was 409 on the agenda. Just unclear, sorry. For Corinthian Homes.
It's a sidewalk waiver.
It's just a sidewalk waiver. Do we not do that here?
Did you put in your sidewalk waiver already?
Yes.
Yeah, about 2 weeks ago.
There was a letter submitted to the town board on July 15th requesting sidewalk waiver for a building permit application of a new 1 and 2 family building.
But it hasn't been brought to the town board yet.
It had not been, well, it was submitted July 15th requesting the sidewalk waiver.
Okay, but there's no resolution to
There
vote
was
on
no
it at this
resolution
point.
tonight.
So at the next town board meeting, it should be on there, and then you'll have the opportunity to argue for why you want the sidewalk
Right, I
waiver.
didn't think it was for now. Okay. Just making sure.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank
So
you.
it's next.
Yeah, we should be on it the next, yeah, it's got to come up before the town board to be voted on.
Sorry you guys didn't sit here this long for that.
Oh, man. Okay. Okay, then in the back. Yeah. I didn't know they were waiting for that.
How you doing? Richard Striegel again, 41 Randall Avenue. I just wanted, I thought, Matt, you had an engineering degree.
No.
I was just wondering, Matt, on these new plans with buildings going on, do they do soil samples? Are they recommended by the town or the state to do soil samples?
Well, a building permit application requires submittal documents by a registered architect that's compliant with the residential code. Soil sampling or an assumed capacity for the foundation design is acceptable with other parameters. So typically with most subdivisions, the approvals and the review process comes with sampling of the soils to get an understanding of what the capacities are for that.
Is there any samples of like any kind of contaminated waste that was over there a period of time?
Not that I can understand, but a geologist will do a soil boring and identify the types of materials that are below grade, whether it be a clay, bedrock, shale, whatever soil is available at that site.
Okay, all right, that was it. Thank you
Okay,
very
if
much.
you have any information that you think a particular area has been contaminated with whatever, please bring it to.
Yeah, just there's a couple areas out in Lancaster that I just looked at, and they're proposed in budgets for putting certain facilities on there. I know I heard a gentleman in the back talking about the dismantling electric cars.
Right.
No.
No?
All
It's
cars, right?
All cars, but what they're looking for is kind of like the electric housing, maybe like a Mercedes emblem, taking apart what people are looking for. So what I can understand is we all take our vehicles in the dealership and they're like, this part is back ordered for X amount of time. I think this is where he comes in, where he has that OEM part from a newer car that was totaled and has that, and the dealer would say, we have an OEM part, it is used, it's cheaper, but we can get it in right away instead of waiting a month and a half to get a new one.
If these vehicles are being dismantled, is there going to be any oil or any freeze going in on the facility floor?
He was saying, no, he's gonna put those right into containers.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
So they'll be readily available there, but there's no other kind of
And then disposed of.
batteries or anything like that? Nothing sitting on the grounds or anything else like that?
No.
All right, all right. Did they know what that area is zoned for right now presently? Is it zoned, it says,
It's a general industrial district.
Okay.
It could be a junkyard if it wanted to be.
Okay, it was originally on a tax road that it was though.
The zoning map that's adopted 2020 identifies that as a general industrial district.
The roll storage, correct?
There's a plethora of permitted uses in the general industrial district.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Good night.
Anybody-
God bless.
Thank you, you too. Anybody else want to address the town board? Feel free, raise your hand.
You're saying no?
I assume you're going to be responding to the questions there.
Yes. I just want to make some clarification. I don't have any plans to get into electric vehicles at this time. It's a whole plethora of a different league. I am certified in service transportation of hazardous materials. I know how to handle these. Again, got into this business because I don't like how current salvage yards are treating, the ground. So it's very important to me that these are handled responsibly. It's actually more lucrative to handle them responsibly because you can make, money by recycling and, want to make sure that it doesn't go in the soil or affect any of the surrounding properties. So it's not only a part of our business, but a core part of our business.
Thank you very much. Okay, if there's nobody else who wants to address the town board, we're going to bring this to an end. Anybody else? Yes, sir.
Greg Soika, 19 Spruceland Terrace. I put in a FOIL request to the town clerk regarding some comments that were made by Supervisor Leary about Councilmember Studley doing union negotiations. In my FOIL request, I requested any emails, text messages, or communications. And the response I got back was there are no such text communications, therefore I will consider this request to be finalized. I also have a copy of the Drescher and Malecki audit of report for the Boys and Girls Club. Supervisor Leary made some comments about things being illegal, suspicious, non-compliant. I read this twice, and I know Drescher Malecki has a very strong name in the accounting business and are probably ranked very well. And I read it twice, and I did not find the words illegal, suspicious, or non-compliant. In fact, it looked pretty good to me. And I was just wondering, Supervisor Leary, did Drescher and Malecki do a bad job on the audit?
No.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, anybody else want to address the town board on any subject matter? Okay, seeing no hands raised, I'm going to make, can we have a motion to close?
Motion.
Thank you. Do we have a second?
Second.
On the roll.
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
No.
Motion carried.
Okay, thank you.
Look at you drinking healthy today.
No.
Sparkling water. You didn't get your normal swill from it.
Good morning.
I'm proud of you, young man.
No.
You're a young man.